The Cubs get back in the win column, and Justin Steele is a big reason why. We tell you why he's one of the best pitchers in baseball next.
You are Locked On Cubs, your daily Chicago Cubs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
You are Locked On Cubs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day, alongside Sam Olber. I'm Matt Cozy. Please support the show and be a part of the Locked On Cubs community, which we're certainly building on here in social media by following on all audio platforms. And you can watch, subscribe, and leave a comment on YouTube. Thanks so much for making us your first listen. Sam and I are lifelong fans, taking our passion into discussion with you. There we go. On all things Cubs. Today's episode is presented by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Last-minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed with Game Time. Cubs win 10-4 over the Cardinals on Wednesday and are now 18-19 on the season. Justin Steele went 6 innings. Allowed 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. So some threes are wild there. Steele now with a 1.82 ERA and 8 starts so far this year. In 49 innings, he has allowed only 37 hits and 10 earned runs while walking 14 and striking out 39. He has a whip of 1.03. Since July 2022, Sam, Steele has been perhaps the best pitcher in the sport, entering Wednesday's ball game with an MLB best 1.24 ERA over that stretch. Nice to see the Cubs have a true anchor of their staff right now.
Yeah, and as we're going to talk about in a bit, that's kind of going to be today's theme: positivity, happiness, joy, anything good. This team is starting to show real signs of being able to develop in-house pitching, which has been a problem for about, 90 years. And it's starting to, whether it's Steele at the big league level, whether it's a couple guys we're going to talk about in a bit, there's a trend here of some homegrown stuff that's really nice to see. And when you look at, Justin individually, there's a lot of Lester in there. Maybe not with pitch selection, but with personality and approach. And he grinds. I think the next step for him, which feels a little bit cruel to say when you just read the numbers that you did, but I think the next step for him will be picking and choosing at bat to at bat, maybe outing to outing, when it's time to get more whiffs and swing and misses.
Yes.
And then when it's time to just attack. Because what happened today is he pitched as well as he had all year. A couple balls found some grass, because that's what happens when you pitch to contact. But overall, he has been as good as anybody since this run, and it passes the eye test. He seems really confident.
For sure.
And just really kind of in his element. I don't know if that's described well, but
very. No, I think that's a great description. I believe we used the word bulldog on the show before.
Yes,
and he's certainly out of his cage, 100%. What's interesting about Steele, and of course knowing baseball like we do, Sam, despite some of the flack that you may have received this week.
It's all good, man.
He's a 2-pitch pitcher.
Yeah.
Which most high school varsity guys can't get by doing.
Right.
But he's able to do this, and he's able to do it in a legitimate way.
Yeah.
Fastball, slider,
right.
and the fastball isn't that fast.
Right.
There's just so much movement to his pitches, especially on the fastball, and he just induces a lot of soft contact. I do think you would like to seek out some more swing and miss, and he struck out 39 and 49 frames. But if he's pitching to contact, especially given the personnel that's in front of him and behind him, I think that's okay, but I do think that's an appropriate next step. I think you hit it right on the head. And, I just think it's very unique that he's a two-pitch guy, but the way that he tunnels his pitches and the movement, it almost benefits him. At times, he's admitted he doesn't even know where the ball's going.
Yeah, I think he's a two-pitch pitcher with variations with each pitch. So it's like
Yes, yeah,
it's two pitches, but there's really two pitches of each in each pitch. Like his slider,
right.
he has that
So four
that
total
yeah, kinda.
in a
It's
way,
yeah, it's that's he has that looping, sweeping slider, and then that kind of goes like like it waves a little bit,
right?
and then he's got that one that just darts that goes short, short and quick, and then he's got that cut ride fastball that
Yep,
Lindsay
cut
talks
right.
about,
Yeah.
and then he's got that straight fastball. So he's like I would say he's almost a three-pitch pitcher because it's like a pitch and a half of each. And he decides. I would be interested to and God forbid somebody asks him this, but we don't do that with this type of reporting. I would love to know, like when he gets on PitchCom, if he has two different names for a slider, or if he just decides how he wants to throw it. Wouldn't that be kind of a fascinating question? Like, is it this slider and that slider? Is it hey, we're going slider here, and you're the one that breaks it or does it sharp?
Yeah, Boo Goldberg coming at you there.
No, you don't think that's interesting at all?
No, I don't care about that. So
really, I think that's kind of interesting.
No, I'm being quick to dismiss.
No, because we're just talking like that would really.
I don't like PitchCom, dude.
That would be the definition of if we would consider it two different pitches. Do you know what I mean?
No, I do. Sorry, I'm getting a little goofy. I apologize.
No, you're good.
Our team won their 20th ball game earlier.
Congrats!
This
you know what? I'm gonna have a sip to that.
Oh, good. Is that ice or?
Mm-hmm. Hey, we got a big show. You can't promote that.
I apologize. So,
no, we can get
so Steele has been excellent.
Might start covering labels.
So he's been great, and we're very jacked up about that. Any offensive highlights that stuck out to you from the 10-4 ball game?
Whenever we win, it's a blowout. This team hits lefties. I'll tell you that. I mean, it's as bad as Suzuki's been. He's killed lefties. Mancini 3 walks today. That was pretty much my big takeaway.
Oh, wow.
Jan Gomes looked great in his return.
He had a home run. Wisdom had a home run.
It's crazy
how had a nice night.
It's crazy how Gomes hits and can play catcher. Doesn't have to go crazy or cost 87 M's. But I'll leave that for a different show.
Yeah, I don't know who you're referencing there. So.
No, it was a good game. I mean, I think everybody did something, right?
Yeah, no, they did. And the Cubs are now 11-3 when they score 5 runs or more. They're 4-3 when they score exactly 4, and they're a dismal 3-13 when they score 3 or less. That makes up 18-19 on the campaign. So
nice win today.
And Morel should be here to stay. Can we say that yet? Or
yes.
Okay. And I don't know how much he has to do. He seems pretty solid to me. So
yeah, it's early, but yes, of course.
Cubs had a pitching prospect that struck out 10 and 5 shutout on Wednesday. We'll tell you who that is and break down their pitching infrastructure, as it were, coming up next. Today's episode is presented by Game Time. Buying tickets to your favorite event shouldn't be stressful. Game Time is the fast and easy way to buy tickets for all the sports, music, comedy, and theater near you. With killer deals on last-minute tickets and their best price guarantee, you can stop stressing over the tickets and start getting hyped for the fun you'll have. Forget planning months in advance. Game Time has deals on tickets right up to the day of the event, and it's just 2 taps away. So it's in a matter of seconds, and you're all set. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed with Game Time. The Cubs play the Twins at 7:10 p.m. Central Friday, and you could listen to every pitch with the Cubs hometown broadcast on SiriusXM. On the SXM app, search Cubs, or tune into channel 844 and catch the Cubs all season long on SiriusXM. Prospect Ben Brown. Do you remember what trade that was, Sam?
David Robertson.
Yeah. last year at the deadline, last summer, we were only about 4 or 5 weeks into this program, and Jed Hoyer pulled off perhaps another heist as a deal that sent Robertson to the Phillies. Ben Brown was the return. And today, with the Cubs in his second start in Des Moines, he went 5 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 10 strikeouts, and across 2 levels this year. 30 2/3 innings, 18 hits, 2 runs, 11 walks. Remember, 30 innings.
Yeah.
And 47 punch outs, man. Just very impressive work from the youngster.
Yeah, and what is he? 22 or 23?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't know that answer. 23.
No,
Okay.
why would I know that?
No. Okay. Yeah. No, that's fine, man.
I know he's a good pitcher. He might be on the north side before the year's over.
I'm really excited about this because this has been the issue, as I said earlier in the show, for a really long time. And you're seeing signs at the big league level with Steele, and now you're seeing signs all over the minor leagues, whether it be Ben Brown, whether it be Wicks, whether it be Horton. And that's the key. Like, that's the secret sauce to success. And I have something to pull up from my phone that I texted you earlier.
Oh, great.
And you know what I'm referencing, don't you?
Well, I think it was about the pitching group, right?
Yeah, no, it was, dude, and I can't find it right now.
So why didn't you have that up before we hit record?
Yeah, because I forgot I was going to talk about it. Here it is. It's
great.
Scary when large market clubs figure out pitching development. Not having to spend big money in free agency on arms or trade for established veterans allow an organization to build aggressively. The Cubs have figured out pitching development, MLB executive burner. Now, I think it might be a little early to make a claim like that, but just hearing that is such music to my ears because pitching development is the backbone. It is the key to sustained success in the major leagues, right? You develop pitchers and you get to keep them. You get to keep them on low deals. To me, the teams, I would say that there's like 5 teams that really stick out that have just been extraordinary at developing pitching. And I'll name them right now. The Tampa Bay Rays, the Los Angeles Dodgers, the Houston Astros, the Cleveland Guardians, and the Milwaukee Brewers. Those 5 would stick out. And what do all 5 of those teams have in common? They're pretty much good every season.
Yeah. Consistency for sure.
For a long time now. And so I just get really excited when I hear stuff like that. And Ben Brown specifically has really good stuff. If he continues this trajectory, Jed has mentioned he likes to get his prospects, just like last year with Wisniewski, their feet wet out of the bullpen or something like that. Expect that the second half of the year if he continues this upward trajectory. So very exciting. It was a pretty good day for the Cubs, but I think because of what's happened at the big league level and the absolute frustration that these short, these one-run losses or close losses or whatever it is have been, we've lost sight a little bit of, hey, this isn't a quote-unquote window year. I don't buy that. I think the Cubs are good enough to win this division if they're managed and do things better. So that's what's so frustrating.
Right.
But you do sometimes have to put in perspective that there are some really special guys that are going to be coming up, and there's some really positive trends. And no bigger one is what's going on with pitching. Like, if you take Brown, Wicks, and Horton, if one of those 3 guys becomes a star, that's good. If 2 of those 3 guys become stars, you're now cooking with serious gas. It's unrealistic to have all 3 become great.
Right, but maybe so, dude.
So that's something to keep an eye on.
Right. And I have an electric stove, by the way.
No, did you have like some sort of like pill or something before this show? Like, you're really giddy, or is it just a Cubs victory?
No, the Cubs victory helped, man.
Yeah, no, you're all the way back in. To me, I'm just like, hey, nice job. Let's let me know when it's a 3-2 till.
I get it with the 3-2.
2-1, win a game going first to third and a safety squeeze.
Well, we bunted 5 times in a row tonight at the freshman level. So
yeah, That's a little bit odd.
Yeah, sure. It was a lot of fun. So they can't defend it. What type of role would Ben Brown have?
In this year?
Yeah.
Like a long reliever.
Okay.
Maybe if there's a need at starter, but long term, this is a guy that could be a top end guy here. I mean,
Right.
He's moving up quickly.
Yeah, he's a quick riser for sure. And Cade Horton was promoted to South Bend the other day.
Yeah, he had his first start today.
He might end the year in Tennessee.
Yeah, he had his first start today. I don't think it went great, but I don't think it went terrible. I think he gave up a few runs, but again, he's a high level prospect.
Jordan Wicks
has been incredible.
Has been great, and
Cole Franklin got promoted today.
He did.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I'm telling you, watch
Jackson
these arms.
Ferris is at Myrtle Beach now.
Yeah. Watch for these arms. You got to keep the one thing dangerous about having a lot of arms in the minor leagues is Tommy Johns. You want to make sure these guys stay healthy and just churn them in. And then what it allows you to do, like that tweet said, is then you could take the money you got and go get stars. You don't have to worry about the Jameson Tyone or Drew Smiley tweener deals because you got them already.
Absolutely. So, yeah, you're excited about the pitching group.
No,
so
that's all I'm excited about, not the skipper.
I see. I'm glad that you wedged that in there if people are still listening. So we're going to do our first standings check as we go around the NL Central. Coming up next. Today's episode is also presented by So Rare, revolutionary fantasy baseball game and marketplace, transforming fans into owners with officially licensed digital cards featuring players from across all 30 MLB teams. Unlike other fantasy baseball platforms, So Rare managers truly own their fantasy experience, collecting, buying, selling, and competing with player cards against global opponents to an epic rewards. Win or lose, you still own your cards, and there's no cost to play. Head to sorare.com/lockedon. That's spelled SORARE.com to draft your team of free player cards. Set your lineup and start competing today to win epic rewards. Again, that's sorare.com/lockedon to start playing. Locked On Cubs is now on Sirius XM, and you can listen to every pitch this season with the Cubs' hometown broadcast on Sirius XM. And in fact, Sam, I heard our promo for the first time this evening, so that was very cool.
How was that?
It was cool.
Cool, man.
I got a kick out of that, as
hear.
which probably isn't a surprise. But Sirius XM is like 6 or 7 pitches behind, so that's a little inconvenient. All right, we're going to go around the NL Central for the first time. Why not check the standings as we're 23% of the season in the books? There is 125 games to play, which is comical when you hear it out loud. It is. And I get it, and I think we're being fair every day. I do. If I didn't, I would say that.
Right.
But I do think there's a tendency to react, in the moment, and maybe it comes off as overreaction. But, I think in some ways, perhaps the calendar is on a lot of teams' side, including the Cubs. And the Cubs are 2.5 out of first place after Wednesday's victory. The Pirates are in the top spot at 21-17. Brewers right behind at 20-17, so one less game. Cubs 18-19, Reds 15-21. And Cardinals at 13-25. First impressions of this division.
That it's winnable. That it's going to be that the Cubs have more life than a newborn baby. You know what I mean? It's you're basically even right now. I mean, there's a lot of teams. I mean, the favorite of the the favorite of the divisions, what are they, 13-25 or something?
Well, yeah, they're 13-25. I just said that.
Yeah. So, every team's very flawed. I think the Cubs have, definitely wasted an opportunity to to be 3, 4, 5 games up.
Well, the Pirates lost 7 straight.
Yeah, it's nice to see Pittsburgh come back down to earth, because when they first came back down to earth, it was against Tampa and Toronto. But then they just lost. They just lost 2 out of 3 against the Rockies at home, so that's not great. Milwaukee, this is just a classic Milwaukee team. They're pitching. They don't hit.
Right. It's the same thing with them.
That's who they are. So, but and then you have St. Louis, who will be kind of the sleeping giant. We'll see how that goes all year. But I don't foresee this division getting away from anybody. Do you?
I think 85 is going to win it. Maybe 86. And that's such a low number this day and age.
It really is, Mateo.
It's such a low number. 85 wins, Cole Kmet. I mean,
80. That's the guy.
Well, I'm just thinking about the current roster.
Yeah, no, all right.
Okay. So, the division is leaves a lot to be desired.
Right.
And each team has gone, besides the Redbirds, has gone on a hot streak. Even the Reds have.
What'd you say the Reds record was again?
15-21.
Yeah.
Probably a little better than we thought.
Yeah.
But we're not really, I'm not really focused on them too much.
Yeah, I will when we play them.
Later this month. So I'm interested to see what happens, as we'll preview on Friday's episode with this road trip.
Oh, I got some stuff.
So we'll preview that for Friday's show. Also for Friday, I think we're going to zoom in on the Fangraph stuff, Sam. The Cubs have the 3rd best team in baseball, according to Fangraph's team quality metric.
Yeah, I love it.
And they're 18-19 on the campaign. So, just something I think we should dig into.
Do you think we could?
I think it's worth everybody's time.
Do you think it would be out of bounds if we did like a tribute episode to Luis Torrens?
Yes, I don't think there's 20 minutes there. So.
Okay. Got it. I apologize.
And I think did he hook on with another club?
Yeah, he did. They traded him to somewhere.
Oh, yeah, for cash, right?
Yeah, was it?
Yeah, they traded him to, I believe, the Atlantic League. So
no, don't say that, man.
All right.
I'll tell you now. We gotta be. I
think it was an AL East team.
Yeah, I want to say it was the Orioles, but I'm fact checking.
No, you're right. You're right.
It
When you said it, I remembered it.
Great.
Shout out to the everydayers who are with us all 5 episodes throughout the week, and you can become an everydayer by checking us out each and every weekday. Be sure to hit that subscribe button for Locked On Cubs on YouTube and smash the like button for the algorithm. That's very important. We've routinely been getting triple-digit likes. Let's keep that going. Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your pods on the audio side. So we'll be back Friday. Fangraphs, Cubs Twins preview, Cubs road trip preview, and a whole lot more. He's Sam Olber. I'm Matt Cozy. This is Locked On Cubs.